All right, Evan Phillips is one of those Dodger relievers I was talking about. He has yet to allow a run in 5 postseason outings for the Dodgers. Not only is he a graduate of Clayton High School, but he is also a UNC Wilmington product. So shouts to you guys down at ESPN Wilmington. Shouts at the beach. One of your own is in the World Series. So we're going to just talk to Evan Phillips' dad. He joins us on the Adam Gold Show. When was the last time your feet touched the ground, Dad?
Hey, Adam. Well, it's obviously it's pretty surreal, and it's I can't tell you. You probably hear it in my voice. It's still just unbelievable. Never did we imagine he would get to that point, and be able to play in the World Series. And there's people that played all their career and never get there. So it's pretty crazy right now. It's just an unbelievable feeling. And I just got off the phone with Evan. He called me, and it's actually 9:30 out there.
Yeah.
He's already headed to the ballpark, and I doubt he got much sleep. So, and none of us are really getting any sleep.
He's a little anxious. Now, his journey, everybody's journey is different, right? So he was drafted out of high school, chose to go to college. He was drafted, I think, because I was looking at his baseball reference page. By the way, you should frame that, just the front page of Baseball Reference, my favorite website. But he was drafted in the 33rd round, decided to go to school, then was drafted, I think, in 2015 by the Braves. And it was not meteoric rise. How hard was it to go through all of the, the trials and tribulations with him as he just kind of found his way to where he is now?
Yeah, it's obviously a lot of anxiety, a lot of sleepless nights, and a lot of prayer for him. And all I can say is he worked really hard, and there were ups and downs, and probably more downs. Until he got to the point where he was out of Baltimore, which wasn't any fault of theirs. It just was a whole timing thing, and he went to Tampa for a week, and I think a lot of it changed in Durham with the pitching coach there, and I apologize, I can't remember who that was, but there was just a couple things that really he suggested to Evan, and that really kind of turned it. And mentally, Evan was in a spot where he wasn't sure which direction his career was going to go. So he had the opportunity there for Tampa. He was there for a week. I think he went up to I would think it was Minnesota on a Friday. He pitched there with Tampa. They DFA'd him the next day. Waited for a day or two, and then the Dodgers picked him up, and from there it's been pretty incredible since. I think he had a decent 21 season, finishing out with the Dodgers, and then 22 was at a level that never did we imagine. Just with the numbers, and but and then from that point it's just been great. And but you mentioned Wilmington, right? So. Just shout out to Coach Hood and his staff. What they did with Evan was phenomenal, and I can't say enough good about UNCW and their program. So I just wanted to give them a shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out whoever you like. If you have any other shout outs you want to throw out there, that's fine too. Evan Phillips, reliever for the Dodgers, 18 saves on the season. We're talking with Evan Phillips' father, and that's my son is like a high school athlete. And when people, I just want to be known as Jack's dad. That's don't call me by my name. That's how I identify. But the right fit is so important. So if it didn't go well in Atlanta, or Tampa decided that they weren't going to use him, or Baltimore same way, why do you think it fit in Los Angeles? Because this is the third year, I believe, he's been pitching in the postseason, or fourth year. He's yet to allow a run. Not even an unearned run. Yet to allow a run. in postseason. And I hope I'm not jinxing him. I don't believe in jinxes, but why do you think it just clicked?
I think so. I don't know. I'll reference back to when Evan was playing travel baseball with the Indians, and he was 10 to 12 years old, and we always played up a level or two, and he would always rise to the occasion, knowing that hey, we're playing guys that are a lot better. And it's like when he got to LA, he was starstruck, and just with the guys in the dugout. I mean, Clayton Kershaw, Trey Turner, Mookie Betts, and then Freddie Freeman arrives, and there's just stars everywhere. So I think in his mind, mentally, he just registered to him like, okay, I've got to step it up, and he did, and that's the only thing I can say that really that I would know mentally. It just clicked, and command got better. But yeah, I think it was just elevating to try to knowing stars are all around him, and he has to get to pitch that level, the highest level there is, and with an iconic team is just phenomenal. And so never did we imagine, like I say. Yeah,
at least 60 appearances each of the last 3 years with the Dodgers. The walk rates are pretty low. Strikeout to walk ratio is basically in the neighborhood of 4-1. That's outstanding, especially coming out of the bullpen. How are you when you watch these games? And I know you're not going to game 1 or 2. You're going to meet the Dodgers in New York for game 3. But how are you? What is your anxiety level watching?
It's funny you mentioned that, Adam, because I was watching the MLB channel, and Mark Leiter was talking about his nephew playing for the Yankees, and
right.
His brother played, and Mark is like saying he chews his nails off every time his nephew gets in the pitch. Well, it's about the same, and I will tell you, there's baseball superstitious, and to be honest with you, I rarely watch, and even throughout the whole season, I know it's 10 o'clock here when they start games in LA, but even on East Coast travel time, I don't watch. I just, I know he's going in, and this may sound kind of corny and weird, but I just jump out and run out into, our golf cart and our Polaris Ranger, and I ride around the neighborhood for about 10 minutes, and then I check. And then it's just a big relief. And I've been doing that for the past 2 years now.
So what are you going to do when you go to Yankee Stadium for Game 3?
Yeah, well, there's been
you bringing the golf cart
when I've had to go live, and even so we went to DC, and I'll just what I'll do is get up and just walk the concourse, or go down in the family room and turn the TV off, and I just kind of just sit there, and I have a hard time. It's just anxiety for me, and I can't even imagine him and being out there in front of 40 to 50,000 people and just yelling and screaming. So it's I don't know. I can't. My nerves can't handle it. But I don't want to miss these, especially the World Series. I think I'll probably just sit in my seat, honestly. So
you can go to the concession stand, and probably the lines are probably pretty long. You'll miss the whole. You might miss an inning and a half. So.
I promise you that I will just sit there and I'll just kind of deal with it. But anyway, it's kind of weird and corny that I do that. But it's just like my son-in-law tells me all the time. It's like, man, what are you doing? You're missing all this, and my wife as well. And it's like, I just anxiety is just over the top. So.
We all deal with these things. Well, real quick before I let you go, I've been a lifelong Mets fan, and this year the Mets did better than I expected. But even when we got to the end of the series against Philadelphia, I couldn't bring myself to watch the ninth inning, the bottom of the ninth inning. But
yeah.
I watched it after the inning was over. I went back and watched it. I hope you at least go back and watch Evans' appearances, his performance after it's over, so you can at least see it.
Yeah, I do every single time.
Okay.
I'm participant in MLB. Where the website you go on and you can just replay it. So I do it even minutes after he's pitching, or I'll wait till the next day. It's just and then the bad outings I probably won't even watch, and I sometimes I don't do that. But yeah, so I will go back and watch, of course.
All right. Well, good luck to you and to Evan Phillips' father from Clayton High School and UNC Wilmington. Shouts to everybody, and good luck to you this World Series.
Yeah. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate you.
You got
Go
it.
Dodgers.
Go Dodgers. Evan Phillips' dad here on the Adam Gold Show. All right. I can relate. That was so relatable to me. All right? I just can't.
Yeah.
I'm sure Evan's cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure Evan is cool with it. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
He's been pitching in the big leagues for a long time now. So
I mean, I get it. I root for Biff when we play fetch all the time. So